Welcome back to Legacy Loading. This is episode 4. Episode 4. And we got a special guest here.
A banger.
Ifbb Pro, Alex Toplyn.
What is up, guys?
Yeah, this is. We just got back from Tampa. Actually, we stayed at Alex's house for a few days, and came back to
can't get rid
came
of
back to Houston. Yeah,
I didn't go for the record. It was Joe and Dorian, and I wish I went, but this is a nice segue.
It was a great weekend.
We brought him to you.
That's right. I do want to say really quick before we start. First of all, a huge shout out to everyone watching on YouTube. You guys have been showing mad love and showing so much support, liking, commenting. We just appreciate you guys so much.
Hell yeah.
And also a big shout out to our guest, Alex. This is why I love long form content, because you guys are going to be here firsthand, you know, why we love Alex so much. He's just one of the most genuine guys, humble, down to earth, just a giving person, and truly one of our best friends. And we love him, and we're glad he's here.
I appreciate you guys, man. And like I was telling them this weekend, you guys, what you guys are doing right now, it's special. And I know you guys are in it. I know you guys are focusing more on like the long-term vision, and sometimes it might be hard to focus on the now, but what you guys are doing right now, it's really special, man. I'm honored to be a part of it. And again, you guys are shooting for the moon.
Oh yeah, we're happy to have you here. This is everything that's going on here is special, and it's cool that you're living in Tampa, but you make sure that you come out here at least once a month, just because it's the place to be.
We almost all live together.
Practically,
we were right there.
We were like this close.
We were right there,
dude.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen at some point.
Nah, it will.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
For sure.
So you want to give us a quick rundown, sort of who, like, what you're about, where you're living, what you're doing?
Yeah.
Who is Alex Toplyn?
Yeah,
give us a little brief story.
I think I'm still trying to discover that myself, but
Love that.
All in all, man, I got connected with these guys through social media originally, and since then, you know, it's a representation of what social media can do, the power that it has, because it's grown a friendship, and I honestly call it more of a family out of, you know, such a short time. It's just individuals who vibe together, and you know, I might not live in Houston, but I feel like I'm just as involved as everyone else is, you know. Oh, yeah. But again, I'm from Tampa. I recently moved out there not too long ago. I am originally from Jersey, and I am a bodybuilder. So recently
Ifbb Pro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So recently,
I don't think they can figure that out.
Recently, man, I quit my full-time job. Went head over. Thank you.
Seriously, round of applause.
I remember that.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. I quit my full-time job, went all in on online coaching, as well as just focusing on my bodybuilding career. And it's safe to say, over these last 4 months since I've done that, we've built something pretty damn special here, man.
How many clients, once again, you have for summer shredding?
I have 40 clients just competing at summer shredding.
Yes, summer shredding.
Just
40.
Yeah.
40
if you plan on doing summer shredding, this is your coach right here. This is the guy 100%. Right here.
I think the title of our podcast is really fitting for Alex specifically, because Alex is a young guy, and he has huge aspirations in the sport of bodybuilding. So you are literally right now, you are building the foundation of your legacy that you plan on leaving in the sport.
And you're coaching. It's out there, right? He's Christian Guzman's coach, actually, for his prep. So that's a pretty big deal. He could have any coach. And
is that where you got your real start with summer shredding? Because Alex won summer shredding.
Yeah, that's where I was going to transition into next. The reason how I came into social media and even bodybuilding, because technically it was my first prep, and that was the show that made me realize how much I truly cared about the actual sport and what I could do and the impact. But I won summer shredding in 2019. It was my first ever bodybuilding prep. I really didn't know what to expect. That's crazy. I had a friend who was bodybuilding at the time, and I said, I think I can do that. So I just kind of jumped into a prep.
Did you have a coach or your coach?
Yeah. So I actually hired my buddy's coach, who is still my coach to this day. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, and I was lucky because I got a good one early. Not a lot of people can say that. But he's teaching me the foundation, man. And from my first prep, I did 2 shows in my first season, won both overalls, got qualified. The year after that, I went to North Americans, and that was during the crazy vid year. And I walked away with a pro card. I won the overall there as well, which was mind blowing, man. I actually distinctly remember just wanting to win a pro card. So for me, the fact that I won the overall, I literally, after I got my pro card, like I won my class, I literally started walking off the stage to leave. Like I was just happy. I was like, oh my God, not even realizing, oh wait, I placed first. I have to go back for the overall. I was just excited that I came there and did that. And looking back at it now, it's kind of crazy to see how far, I've come. And then since I recently competed in my first pro show, and honestly, that was where the first humbling in this sport came, after 3 straight wins, my first ever, humbling moment was, being a pro and seeing the competition that I'm going against, being young in this sport, you're looking up to these kind of people. Now you're sharing the stage with Olympians. So placed 12th out of 34 there. And ever since then, man, a little spark in me that honestly.
Next goal is the Olympia stage, right?
Yeah.
That's the next goal.
Well, you have a big show coming up, like a really big show.
Really big
One
show,
of the
man.
biggest
He's,
shows.
by the way, 6 weeks out, right?
Yeah, I'm
now.
6 weeks out from the New York Pro.
Huge
And
we'll be there.
yeah, and I'm calling this, man, this is my something to prove year. I think last year, we made a pretty good statement. I think I got a lot of eyes on me with the showing that I had, but that wasn't the best version of myself.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So this year, man, with the new learnings from my pro debut to now, and the extra fuel that losing actually put behind me is something crazy, and I feel insane.
Fuck yeah, bro. You're gonna kill it.
Thank you.
I got a question. I know a lot of people like to say summer shredding is like a social media show. Like it's not a serious show, but do you think differently about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
I do. I know. I personally, I think
There's some crazy physique.
it's an amazing, it's a great show.
insane.
And,
I mean,
and the connections you can make that day are just like special.
yeah. And listen, I honestly think the social media benefits of summer shredding speaks for
but still,
itself.
I still think it's a serious show.
Absolutely.
100%,
I was going to say the divisions, especially men's physique, especially bikini. I think those specific divisions are more challenging than 90% of NPC shows.
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
That's accurate.
And then the social media aspect, I think it's a great place to grow and connect.
Bro.
And then especially with Christian sitting there on the panel is everything. Like if you catch his eye or you speak to him after the show and he likes you, it could open up a door to anything. Not just like.
And also, most of those people actually want to sign for Alpha. That's why they're competing. Not even,
you competed in summer shredding.
and because of that,
Yeah,
literally. I did my bodybuilding show because to be in Alpha. Literally.
Yeah.
So most of the people do the same.
Whenever anyone asks about competing, I always say do summer shredding.
Hell yeah.
Do summer
Hell
shredding
yeah.
for the experience.
Especially
the
first show can be better.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like
Can be
literally
better.
can't. If they're like, yo, I'm thinking about this NPC show, I'm like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
Do summer shredding.
And it's a lot of it's a lot of people's first show.
I did first show NPC, didn't like it at all. I was really uncomfortable. That was like really like bodybuilding,
Yeah.
like atmosphere. Everyone's like on the floor. No one wants to like talk to you, focus, dial in 100%. Summer shredding, everyone's chill. Everyone's like filming, having fun.
Yeah.
No, it's a
You
great
step on
it's a
stage,
great weekend.
everyone won already. Whoever is on the stage, everyone won. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just about to say, man, the opportunities don't come just to the winners.
No.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Dorian's
You are
example.
literally a prime example of that.
Example one.
Like, I won summer shredding and opened up doors for me, but I've also seen people who haven't won summer shredding who've gotten noticed just from being on that stage.
Yeah.
And for those of you guys who don't know, summer shredding and Alpha Elite, they actually have people walking around backstage with a pen and a paper, writing down numbers of people who look like they represent the brand well.
Yep.
So the opportunity is there. The eyes are there. Just showing up, you get an opportunity.
Do you wonder how much of an impact summer shredding had or continues to have on bodybuilding as a sport? Like how many eyes it gets to the
100%,
bodybuilding
Absolutely.
stage? Like, I mean, it helped you get into the sport, did it not?
Yeah, I mean, it made me it started falling in love with the sport, right? Like, it was
incredible.
Texas is legitimately the biggest state, maybe next to Florida, biggest state in bodybuilding, right? It used to be LA, but I now think it's Texas and Florida.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Well, fitness in general. In Houston,
yeah, fitness in general. And the year that I competed, and I know it's only grown. So in 2019, when I competed, it was the biggest bodybuilding show in Texas. We had over 400 competitors. Like, that is unheard of. It is just the numbers, pure numbers alone, stats alone. It's breaking barriers, man, and it's so cool to see it. They're not an NPC federation. It's almost like they're paving a path of their own.
Yeah.
And within that, they're creating a community of people who just want to go get
with
it.
the social
man.
media act.
Yeah.
I think the weekend itself is just special because after the show, there's always parties and little get-togethers and stuff, and that's when you really make connections. We make friends from just summer shredding weekends.
Yeah.
And we're still in
100%.
touch with them. Like I'm still in touch with some of those guys that I met that weekend.
Yeah. Some of my
Like, just
closest
from
Summer
from
shredding
that,
really
you know?
connects people.
Yeah.
And it's a really special time. And like I recommend it to anybody. If you're looking to do a show, do summer shredding. Get your feet wet and
a question
come down.
for Joe and Alex, I guess on the opposite end of the spectrum, for someone who knows that they don't want to do bodybuilding as a career or even like want to compete, would you still recommend doing a show prep for the amount of experience that you get for what you learn about yourself. Because I always say that to people, like, even if you don't want to bodybuild, doing a show teaches you so much discipline. Do you guys want to touch on that? All of you, because all of y'all competed and all y'all have very different experiences in the sport. So I want to know what you guys think about that.
I did 3 shows. People like, I say that's on what the fuck? But I did 3 shows and
diced.
Yeah, I'm a little not focused on that right now, but what I learned on those preps taught me so much about myself that transitioned into real life stuff and how I just handle myself day to day when it comes to routine and getting work done and preparation. I'm not on prep and I'm still in the kitchen. They see me like I'm still weighing food. I'm still eating out of containers because it becomes a lifestyle. Like what you learn on prep, yes, it's dieting. It's all that strict. But if you could transition that into that's your lifestyle, then you'll never feel like you're dieting. You'll never feel like you're killing yourself to eat good, or it becomes lifestyle. And I'm very happy that I went through that process because
it's worth it.
It really was worth it. And it taught me a lot about myself. And it's just a great experience. I think pushing yourself to that limit is an awesome thing. And I love pushing myself.
Once you try like show prep, then you realize that bodybuilding is probably one of the hardest sports in the world.
100%.
Not maybe not physically. Obviously, you lift the weight.
Just balancing life.
Mentally, and definitely not like the toughest sport in the game.
You took the words out of my mouth, man. This sport is, to me, it's more mental than it is physical.
100%.
We get judged on our physical, but we deal with our mental day in and day out, man. And
so many people fall out. So many people like binge or whatever.
Things go on in your daily life, and you have to try to stay on prep. Like
you get antisocial. You get you don't want to see anyone.
Relationships.
I think that's the hardest part, but also the like one of the most fascinating parts is when you get down to those like starvation level days, when there's nothing in the world stopping you from going and having whatever you want, but just your pure determination.
It's just discipline.
It's your discipline every single day to say no for weeks and weeks and weeks, even though your body is literally dying. It's telling yourself, yo, eat something. You are in
the end after the show, then you realize like everything.
I know a lot of guys can probably relate to this, like when it comes to a relationship, being in a relationship and on prep, and you just recently got engaged.
Yes, sir.
So how is that working out for you, being so dedicated to bodybuilding, but also having a girl who you just got engaged to? And
absolutely, man. And in the beginning was hard because when we first met, I wasn't a bodybuilder. Like I'm still somewhat new I've been bodybuilding for 3 years. Yeah. You know, so it's not something.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
that's crazy. I gotta say that's crazy.
To be a pro, since the first show to a pro card.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. So 2 shows. 3 shows total, but
that's fast.
2 federations.
That is so fast. That's unheard of.
I've been blessed, man. And again, I had people in my corner at a young age to make sure that I'm doing the right things and instilling the right things. And Megan was one of those people, like I was mentioning. When we first started off, man, like she knew me as college Alex. You know, like
you played football.
I played football, so you know, I was a jock. Yeah, I was, you know, work hard but party even harder kind of mentality. So like she didn't, you know, she didn't necessarily originally fall in love with the bodybuilder, right. You know, so it was almost like a new person she had to fall in love with.
She had to accept because you weren't going to
45 pounds of pure muscle mass. I mean, how much weight did you put on since you graduated?
Bad though.
Like what you weigh now versus what you weighed when you were first met her. What's the difference in weight?
Oh man, probably.
You were still like a big boy. You were still always like the big guy.
I was the tall guy, bro. I was never necessarily like the big dude. Yeah. I was definitely the tall guy. I don't know. I was a little thicker, but not in the right way. But I probably put on like 40 pounds of muscle.
You literally are a different person.
40 pounds.
It's been insane, man.
And again, a lot of protein.
I was just at your house. Like she helps you with food and stuff.
Oh my God, it's night and day. But that's what I'm saying. So like
we were right there. We saw everything.
Yeah, like that's amazing. I honestly was so jealous. She was like, "Wait, how many ounces is this?" I was like, "Damn, that's fucking awesome."
Before the flight, we were going in the kitchen, and the counter was like 200 grams of a rice, 7 ounces of chicken.
All labeled.
Here, and this other one beef. Everything was written down. Tupperware.
Dude, she's the best, man. But again, it didn't start off that way. Like she had to fall in love with the bodybuilding version of Alex, and it took time, and there was trial and error, and there was, you know, arguments, and me feeling like she didn't understand who I was or the direction I wanted to be. You know,
I would say it's different for you also because you make money from doing this.
Yeah.
So someone like me, my ex-girlfriend hated it. Like we couldn't go out to eat, we couldn't go to parties, we couldn't do anything. and I wasn't bringing anything in from, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, why are you doing this?
So like to her, it was like hard to justify.
Yeah. So I guess it's tough because like, you know, you're bringing in money from doing this.
Like that. He didn't get paid.
I was
exactly.
Say,
so
like,
you're grateful that she kind of accepted it for what it was and believed in you, that you could make it into something like it is now.
Yeah. I mean, again, she was like, it took some time, man, but she was the person, you know, she believed in me. I remember even up until like a couple months ago, she used to, every single Alpha Elite loss, for example, she would use my code. Every single time.
That's awesome.
She would literally, she could literally.
Look at the way Alex is cheesing right now, bro. He's happy.
Yo, you're glowing, bro.
You are glowing, man.
I'm in love.
He's in love.
Take a little bit.
Yeah, right. Hold on. Let me get my serious face.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Let me get my serious face.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Now put it against the mic. Put it up to the mic. Like Lil Wayne. Yeah.
Which is, by the way, a big part of a recovery process for bodybuilders.
So what pros and cons? Why do you smoke weed? I want to know.
So honestly, a lot of people do think it's like the mind muscle connection thing. That's I don't do it for that, man.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of pros that come with this sport.
I don't know how to.
You're gonna need to help Dorian with that. He has no idea. He's just looking at it like a spaceship.
They don't have these.
He showed me yesterday.
They don't have these in Europe.
Ready?
Yeah. Right. If you mentioned weed in Europe, I was like,
Ready?
Europe in general, the whole country, bro.
You just
if you're watching on YouTube,
smoke the shit.
No, if you're listening, there's a bong rip about to go down. Yes,
get in the mic.
Beautiful.
No, dude.
You can't hear the smoke.
Oh god. All right, so you're saying like for you, it's not about the mind muscle connection.
If I stop talking, that means that I'm really high.
Yeah. So like, listen, this is probably my most asked question on social media. So it's a good opportunity
because you're super open. You you promote that.
This is not promote, but like
this is hands down.
Interesting.
Hands down. Ever since I started posting like the more raw side of me and like just the fact that I smoke and not necessarily answering the question of why I smoke. I just kind of post, but I get the questions coming in nonstop. Okay. It's not a mind muscle connection thing. I think a lot of people you know focus on that. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure it does, especially like arms or something like that. But it's not for that, man. With bodybuilding, like I mentioned, there was pros and cons. You know, I know we're talking about a lot of the pros that come with it, but there's also cons that come with it, right? And for me, that was like anxiety. And
same, yeah.
I never experienced anxiety before. I mean, I'm gonna be real. Like I was very closed-minded in the past. You know, if someone told me they had anxiety, 5 years ago, I'd say, okay, well, you're weak-minded. You know, and it took me getting it and being in that situation for me to realize, oh shit, like this is real. Like this is something where I need to get help and deal with. And I've taken the proper steps, man. I go to therapy, and I'm confident with that. I love that shit, man. It helps me so much, and I push that. I let people know that shit because it's important. Like you don't. It's not soft.
No,
it helps.
I've been to therapy.
When you work that hard, that's totally like
exactly,
normal.
Man.
Yeah.
So this helps you with the mental side of it.
Yeah. So this is more of the mental side of things, man. Like it calms me down before I go to the gym. I do a lot of my work in the morning. I'm dealing with a lot of other people's emotions, other people's other people's stress is put on me. As other people's. I'm a therapist.
Yeah, I was going to say you're a therapist for your clients.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so like I'm dealing with a lot of other people's emotions, and I feel every day before I'm going to the gym, I'm just like tight chested. I'm thinking too much about things outside of lifting and bodybuilding. Like I'm going to the gym to lift and bodybuild, but I'm not thinking of that. Yeah. I'm thinking of, why didn't this person execute or why is this person upset or, this person's weight didn't move, things like that. So I'm thinking of all this and not focusing on what I need to. And I've noticed literally with just smoking, it's given me that mental calm.
Yeah, clears your head.
While I'm literally, bro, it's like that, and then it actually allows me to focus and do what I need to do and not focus on things outside the gym just for that 2 hours.
What about, do you struggle with munchies? Like binging and prep?
I actually don't. It's gonna sound bad, but I've smoked enough to the point where like
you don't get munchies.
I don't get munchies anymore.
No, he literally told us that he now smokes just to suppress appetite.
I was gonna say I actually smoke to suppress my appetite. If I'm starving,
wow, that ain't me, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
After this, I'm having.
Dude, I'm
Jello.
telling you, I will literally smoke in between my next meal. If I'm starving, I'll smoke real quick.
Really?
Yeah. Like I literally will.
What?
It's like the opposite.
Bro, I smoke.
I'm hungry.
I eat for 5 hours. I'm full. I smoke a little bit more, and just literally everything is gone from my stomach. I can eat again 5 hours.
When Dorian says he eats for 5 hours, he means he actually sits down.
Guys, he lays in bed with his food. It's fucking crazy.
I'll come into his room
isn't
at
a joke.
like 2 a.m. to get something, and he'll be.
Well, I'm editing kind of and eating.
There's just bowls. There's just empty
food.
plates all over his
I
bed,
just
like
enjoy
empty
food.
plates with forks, knives, sauce.
This man is extremely impressive with the food that he can put down.
It is.
And he wakes up. He wakes up more shredded. I don't get it.
I was gonna say
That's
like
true.
I don't
dedication.
I don't know.
Alex, is there? So I mean, obviously, since you quit your main job, coaching's become full time, and bodybuilding is a second full time job.
Yes.
Wait, so you were doing your full time job while
Dude, I was-
bodybuilding, right?
And coaching.
Okay. All right. Go back to what you're saying. I just wanted.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I wanted to mention because you were talking how he thinks in like why he didn't drop weight or something. That's the reason why he's one of the best coaches, because not a lot of people do that. You know what I mean? Like especially on like coaching.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
pay
you
the
actually
money and
care. You
they don't
actually do
care.
care.
He
Yeah.
actually cares. I saw him in person. I saw him. He's bringing his clients like literally to his own house.
Yeah.
For posing sessions, for like just to hang out with them.
Yeah.
What did you do like for summer shredding? Rent an Airbnb or something for everyone?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
man,
you guys all together?
Yeah, no. So I'm running a huge Airbnb for summer shredding, and I'm gonna give the clients access to come and relax and be there and be in an environment where they can be with people who are also probably thinking the same thing, being nervous, and they can talk it out. And
Bro, what kind of Airbnb has 40 people?
listen, 40 people aren't staying.
Alex is a really good coach.
But it's big enough for 40
They ain't
people.
coming here, bro. You can come here to relax.
I remember during quarantine, you were like bringing meals to your fucking clients and shit, like on your story.
Yeah, man.
That was
Dude,
cool.
Because
That was
of
so cool.
someone had a COVID, right?
Yeah, man.
Seating.
That was like it was weird. Like that was one of the moments, like a really big moment for me as coach. I don't know why. Like I was really upset, and actually Megan came up with the idea, and he lived in Florida. It was like one of the only clients that I have who was like close enough for me to like do something
and you
like
brought
this
him
for.
his meals and like,
Yeah, so like
that's so cool.
He had
That's so
COVID.
cool. We commented me and you.
Yeah, if my coach brought me. I love you,
this
bro.
is the thing that Alex and I were talking about one of the first times we were in Tampa and Miami, and it's when you were still working your other job, and you were telling me all these things that you were doing for your clients and all these struggles you were having. And we don't like to talk about things like this, and you don't have to elaborate on it, but basically you were providing a service and you were charging like 1/10 of what it's worth. And because you had you had trouble valuing your service because you didn't realize how valuable it was. And
because he cares more about
right. Exactly. He cares more about the client than he does about the price, but it was to a point where you were capped with what you, go ahead and talk about that.
I mean, that was one of the most rawest conversations that I've had with somebody for a while, because I didn't know how to talk about it. Because
it's so hard. It's so taboo.
It was,
What do I charge people for something that I like to do? You know what I'm saying?
That I truly love to do.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm doing it is a gift in itself to me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like when I step back and think of it, you know, unbiasedly, the price that I was charging, and for a lot of it, still him.
Still are, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was draining. It was actually taking more value away from the business than it was anything, because I then couldn't reinvest back into the business the way I wanted to. That's one. I could not do, like, we're doing team retreats, you know, and I'm covering a lot of it to make it cheaper for the team. But I'm comfortable with that because I can do that now, right? But like things like, you know, taking that off me, it was just, it was hard for me mentally to deal with that. And it was hard for me to almost put an accurate value on myself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's hard to put a price on something that you do like for fun or as a passion. Like I remember the first time someone asked me like, "What's your rate?" And I was like, "What the fuck is my rate?" I don't even know. Like,
so for all the
I love taking photos
there,
for myself. Like I used to enjoy doing it. I used to reach out to people and say, "Hey, I would love to shoot you." Like, so it's tough. It's tough when like it's time to like really buckle down and be like, "Wait, I got to value myself. I'm good at what I do. I'm providing a service, and they want to pay me. They want to pay me for my service, and you just got to value yourself and your time." And you'll know.
There will be a point for all those people who want to work for yourselves, whether that's coaching, whether that's photography,
anything, any service you provide.
Point, if you want to make that leap to make it a business, you got to understand the value of that service. Think about coaching, for example. If you're a good coach, you can literally save someone's life. You can change their life forever, teaching them the value of nutrition, teaching them the value of training. You can't put a price on that. So you can literally charge whatever it is that is worth your time to do. And same thing with photography, videography. It's really, really hard to value some of these things, but do not ever undervalue what that service is.
That's literally a life-changing service.
Joe's photography has changed Dorian's and my career on social media.
100%.
100%.
Yeah. Well, I love hearing that. That's the greatest thing ever. But any service that you provide, like you have to, when you start out, obviously you need to prove yourself, right? When it comes to photography, I got to build a portfolio before someone's going to want to hire me. I have to have something to show. So Alex started out, like, I'm sure, doing some free stuff, like helping people.
Yeah, I was free. I started
but that's how you built your portfolio, and like you gain knowledge and you got your name out there. But then it comes a point where you're like, listen, now I'm fucking charging.
Exactly,
like this is my price now. Like we got
people already know about me. Okay.
I think it was just more also me getting that confidence in me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once, I realized that, wait, I've been putting the time in for this. I've been ready for this. It just made sense, man. And then from there, I valued myself differently.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it gave me the opportunity to give more value back. So that's when I realized I did the right thing.
Especially something like bodybuilding. I feel like I remember my coach, like, oh, this is how much, boom, I would send it. Like, I wouldn't even think about it. Posing is this much, all right, boom, send it. Like, because something that I'm putting so much time into, whatever the price is, I'm paying it because it means so much to me. So it was like, I didn't even care about the price.
Is my coach, by the way, also.
Yeah. Do you remember?
He is, but we still didn't go to the show.
We're going to get him shredded. We're going to get you shredded one day, brother.
That's the reason why I'm shredded all the time. Simple as that.
Joe.
But maybe I'm going to run with him.
Joe and Alex, do you remember the first time you asked for like this high ticket price that you thought was out of your comfort zone, and then they accepted it and you were like, oh.
Yes.
Yeah. You go first.
I mean, mine wasn't anything crazy, but I just remember that I max out at 85 clients. I can't take any more. The value won't be the same after that. And then, someone gave me an idea of, hey, listen, have people charge that high-end client, and then you open up an extra day. Because right now I'm trying to build out a schedule that's best for me. But they said, open up some extra time. Knock out, those clients' check-ins, be there for them, same value, but actually let them know, like, if you're capped out, and anything over that cap, you have to charge a VIP price. And it was to the point where it's like, I don't even know if I want to do that yet.
Yeah.
And
too much on your plate. Like, fuck the money. Like,
and I remember the first consultation call, like that, where I was like, okay, I worked it in, I'll offer it. I let them know, listen, right now I'm unfortunately I threw it out there. They accept it with the biggest smile on their face.
Right.
And I just remember sitting there like,
whoa,
this is like a lot more than what I'm normally paying.
Right.
And I don't even think this person knows that. But at the same time, like, they see the value that I'm providing and they didn't even blink about it.
Yeah.
So I realized maybe I should start valuing myself the way other people are valuing me.
I had the same thing. I had a client reach out and they told me the job and everything. So I had a number in my head. And then they hit me with, well, our budget's only X. And I was like, holy fuck. It was like 4 times what I was going to charge. I was like, yeah, I guess we can make that work, But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you don't even, like,
you don't know.
I didn't even realize that I could be making that. Because I'm like, because I think of myself as, well, at the time I thought of myself as like not really professional yet. Like, I'm still like learning. But like, dude, like, I know my shit and I could do the job, and I was able to do the job. And I was just underpricing myself because I personally felt like I had so much more to learn. But I still have so much to learn. Like, I'm always learning. I'm learning every day.
I was gonna say that same thing. You guys are having these experiences. You guys are less than 2 years into doing this,
and that shit humbled. Like, that shit made me feel good when they told me that. And they told me the price, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah! Like, that's the price. Yeah,
I remember in the beginning when we just came here. How many times did I told you, like, you need to bump up your price? You need to know, like, how much you actually.
Because I cared more about getting the work done. Like, I didn't want anyone to say no, because then that's less pictures for me to have.
Right.
So I cared more about having the photos to take and to edit and to post. Because when I came down here, dude, remember, I was taking photos. I used to leave the gym. I shot like 10 people. Just because I wanted everyone to see what I could do. And I wanted to just keep getting my name out there. But that's what you got to do.
So everyone listening, like, listen to your friends when they tell you that. Dorian and I were telling you right away.
True. Yeah.
We were telling you, bro,
away.
listen to your friends when they say, hey, you're really good at this. You need to take that next step, because it might not come from you all the time. Sometimes it'll come from
your never going to come from you.
Sometimes it'll come from someone offering you way more than you just talked about. So
because they see you back to back every single day. I know how he works. I know his, the routine.
I was just about to say. I mean, you were if you had somebody who works as hard as him.
I saw his potential instantly. You can miss, like, if you work so hard or something, it's impossible to miss. Just like,
bro, think about
and quality, like providing the quality on top of that. It's No one can stop you. Like literally,
Well, all of us, all of the work we've been putting in is we're finally like reaping the benefits from like the grind, and we're kind of enjoying it now. Like we're
it is
like,
tough though. It is, but we do enjoy.
You know, we're kind of like being able to enjoy it a little bit now, but we're still grinding. So don't get me wrong.
I think if people saw what each and one of us did behind the scenes, they would value us more than whatever we would charge for our basic packages of anything.
They don't get it.
You know what I mean? Because
And
they
that's one of the
understand the
reason-
work is being put in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And sometimes,
And that's exactly why you got the work do the talking, bro. When you roll up to summer shredding and you come with a team of 40, that work does all the talk. You don't need to tell anybody.
Yeah.
They're gonna see 40 people with Team Toplyn, probably 50,
T-shirts
60. They're gonna be like, who the fuck is that?
That speaks
guy?
volumes. So you show up with all
you don't have to
T-shirts.
say a word.
It's
People
just
are
a
gonna
T-shirt,
know.
but that speaks volumes. That you care. That's professionalism. That's like we're rolling in as a squad. Like this is my team.
Yeah.
We all support each other, and like you should look at us and be like, damn, I want to be part of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love it. I love when your team pulls up. Like, damn, here we go.
Yeah, that's dope.
and we coming too.
Yeah.
Well, so the question that I was asking a little while ago, I was saying like you're a full-time bodybuilder, you're a full-time coach. What else do you like to do in your free
And
time?
what's your number one? Of those.
Now, like, what do you like to do in your free time? What do you want to do in the future? Do you have any hobbies that most people don't know about?
I love creative content. It sounds weird. That's why I love social media, and it's not even for more of the, the audience coming in. It's the time to put into the projects. You know my videographer, Juan.
Shout out Juan. The guy's fucking
Dude,
awesome.
he is extremely talented, and he has literally helped me find a passion in content creation.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? He is teaching me right now.
You're learning Final Cut, right?
Final Cut.
Yeah,
He's literally he's sitting down. He's helping me. Like
I did it from you.
he is, dude. It's weird. It feels like a new passion. And I remember like me and him will be randomly sending different things back to each other. Like, yo, we should do this transition, or we should do this to this, and we need this drone to do this shot.
That's cool.
No, really, it's cool.
That's me and Joel. So
And I feel like a nerd talking about it, because if someone were to see our conversation and probably how excited we were behind our phones, like people would laugh.
I spoke about that, and I think it was like 2 podcasts ago. Like, it's almost becoming that people are not more interested, but just as interested in the creator as the athlete or the influencer.
Yes,
because it's so cool. Like,
dude,
like
I
that's
love it.
the one making all the shit happen.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
And then a lot of these athletes are now wanting to pick up a camera, and they're wanting to learn editing, and they want to be able to create on their own time also.
Yeah,
and all the people think
Like Dorian, Dorian could be someone's editor, and Dorian's
Dorian's
an
and I won't even
influencer.
film for
He
someone.
could
How
be
many
someone's editor.
times I ask you, like, I will film you, bro. Just give me the camera. I want to film.
Yeah, like Dorian has that eye for creating, and it's awesome because he's also an influencer, an athlete.
But
But at the same time, he's also very good at editing and the behind the scenes work. So it's like this cool little transition that's happening right now where people are almost more interested in learning the creative end of stuff.
yeah, or just the why,
And
or how.
also,
Yeah.
like, when you see
Yeah.
YouTube
Super cool.
channel, Ifbb Alex Toplyn Pro, sorry. Alex Pro. What's up, bro? I'm high, bro.
Dorian's fried, bro.
I'm fried. I didn't eat for like last 5 hours. Anyways, what I was talking about.
I'm about to move slowly.
Yeah, and he has a videographer that makes that. That's not just him. That's a whole person. Like those two
team.
people.
It's a team.
Yeah, literally, it's a
Absolutely.
one person, and like literally
Absolutely.
together. There's like
Yeah.
you and Marco. Like it's not just Marco.
No, it's a
like
team.
you are
It's a team,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. It's like 50-50, literally. So
And it's special. And like Juan's
and
your
it's
guy.
really important that people
dude.
know that.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
people know who is behind. Like,
Yeah.
I always try to put someone else in.
Shout out Randy.
Yeah.
Shout out Randy.
Shout out Randy.
Yeah.
He's
Shout
the
out
goat.
Joe. Shout out. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
there's so much time that goes into the actual making it happen process that you guys don't see, and it's not necessarily your favorite influencer doing it. And the time being put in the eye that needs to be had during that time, it's special, man. You should start asking how,
And that
then start looking
influence
into
is
that.
there
I love
because
that.
of that guy that's
Love
providing that for him.
And
Literally,
I think summer shredding is a good weekend too. Like if you're a creator, if you're a photographer, videographer,
Book that
dude, just
flight,
fucking
bro.
book a
Like,
flight,
book
come
that
down
flight.
here,
Listen,
and just be present. Just be present.
If I don't have Joe, my IG wouldn't be there. Like I wouldn't even have
No,
IG.
same.
Or it'd be there.
I wouldn't even. Yeah,
it
but
would be the same.
Like my IG is right
Yeah.
now popping. Why? Because I'm uploading every single morning in the same time.
But you're also helping me.
From
Like,
him. Exactly.
I get to shoot this awesome looking athlete model every day. Like no, really, I'm grateful to live with guys like this.
I'm a little bit rather, you know.
No,
Yo, but
that was kind of sus.
go back.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant.
That's kinda
You know what I
sus.
meant.
Go back to
No,
that.
but yeah, in fact, it is like that.
But yeah, I'm grateful to live with guys like this. Yeah.
When you shoot Alex, that's again different body type.
Exactly.
He's providing quality for you. You're providing
Yeah,
quality.
we're all
for him,
growing
so.
together. It's just it's a beautiful thing. But
Nah, so going back to that point
Yeah.
you were saying, bro.
Yeah,
Seriously, if you're a content creator, you know when summer shredding is. Right now, book that flight, book that hotel, book that Airbnb, get some friends to
Just be
help
present.
pitch in.
Rent a camera.
Now, seriously, just come here, film everything. You're gonna run into so many content creators here that might be like, hey, let me send you some videos to edit for me. Yo, I'm one of those motherfuckers. All right, so
dude,
like,
there's
go
guys
there,
looking
just
for
be there.
there's guys out there looking right now for an LT, for a Grant, for a Juan.
Right
now. And if you're here and you're present and you he's on stage, you get some shots of him. Yo, dude, I
Tag
took
him
these
up.
of you, send him a folder. Damn, bro, like I want to hire you for my next show.
See?
Right there you go. Like there's a job, there's a new opportunity that could possibly change your life. Like you could be his new full-time guy. So like Ryan, for example, Ryan Dangler.
Yeah.
Shout out Ryan. He was on stage, he competed in the show. I got shots of him. I literally posted them
and collaborated
while
with him
he's
on
still fucking on stage.
it. You did a collab post with him, right? And he accepted it.
Yeah.
Right?
I took shots of him when he was training with Alex. Sent him a collab. Like that's when the collab first came out. Like the whole and I was like, fuck it. Like I'm gonna send him a collab. Accepted it.
Yeah.
Photo got like 10,000
Just wanna
likes
say
or something.
one thing that
was
me and you
so
agree.
cool.
Don't send to the people like, oh, I want to shoot like with you this and that, and then that person responds, and then you give your rate or something like that. Don't do it.
Oh, yeah.
But don't ever
No,
do that,
that's
please.
crazy.
We have
If you
those
reach out
kind
to
of-
somebody, and
yeah,
you say, I
if you
wanna shoot
reach
with
out,
you.
that's on you.
Yeah.
Like you want to shoot that person. Not
that's
after
a
that.
I remember
got
when
a
you
lot
sent me
of,
that. I was
you know?
like, bro, how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna
Sorry if
say
they
I want to shoot
recognize
you?
who we're talking about, but yeah,
Okay.
when Joe came here, he literally like bought his own ticket, came here, was shooting back to back every single day. He will
Videos,
see a
photos.
story. He will see a story. Christian is in the gym, or Dorian is. And he will literally run
the Bass Pro Shops
just to do a Bass Pro Shops commercial. Not that, but just to take those pictures, and then Christian will repost it. For example, I'm just taking Christian as a like example right now, but doesn't
No,
matter.
it's a
Every
perfect
single
example.
person, go David Lade, picture. He posted his picture. He reposted or something like that. That have everyone like starting finding out about
Yeah.
Joe.
I initially
and now everyone wants to work with him. Now he doesn't like even have to worry about that.
I said this before, but when I first came here, I literally DM'd both of them separately. I was just like, hey, bro, like.
Did you know you didn't know we were living together?
No.
We didn't live together.
I saw the video,
you were
the
still on
YouTube
the
videos
couch.
and stuff.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, I initially, I said
slept on
this
the
before,
couch.
but if you're new here, I sent them both DMs. I was just like, hey, I'm from New York. I'm a photographer. I'm in town for the weekend. I don't know your schedule, but I'd love to just shoot you guys.
Dude.
And we met up and we shot. And then
Look
the
what
rest is history.
we-
Like that's all it was. It was just like, hey, I want to just take some shots of you guys. Like
Yeah.
obviously they're down to take some photos. I'm a photographer. It's a beautiful thing. Like you have to be present though. Get your ass down here. Not just here, but anywhere.
Seek
Go to
for
fucking zoo
connections.
culture.
Just
Go
seek
anywhere.
for connections all the time. Literally.
If this is your goal, like make yourself present in these gyms or in these at these shows, and that's how you're gonna get your name out there, and that's how opportunities happen.
Listen, like you mentioned, man, I'm in Texas all the time. I don't live in Texas. I'm here to be present.
Yeah.
I will come down here for no reason to see my boys, to shoot some content and just hang out. And like, I need a reason.
That's life,
I just
bro.
want to
Yeah.
be
That's
present
living.
here because every single time I come here, my relationship with someone gets better. I meet a new relationship or somehow my career is enhanced in some aspect. It's special.
Here's the thing I want y'all to think about. If you're one of the homies that are living in New York City, you know, if you're going out on a Friday, Saturday night, you know how much that costs. You know how much it costs for cover, how much it costs for drinks. That's the plane ticket.
Yeah.
Flying out of New York, that's a plane ticket.
I took off work
If you got a
to come
homie,
here.
if you got a homie that lives in Houston, hit him up. Be like, yo, let me crash on your couch for a weekend. And like,
just not here.
It's our couch is only big enough for one guy. But seriously, think about that before. Like, you know, don't make the excuse it's about the money. Don't make the excuse about the time. You could always find the time. You can always find the money.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, 100%.
That's totally true.
Dude, I took off
We
work.
did it million
I came
times.
here for you guys. I took off work, so
How many
I
times
lost
we
money.
were like complaining, we are short with the money, but something pops up in Miami or something like
you
that.
gotta take it. Yeah.
That money's gonna come sooner or later.
you have to remember that.
time. If they like Harry goes and Joe goes and they come back and telling me it was such a great time.
That's what happened to me, bro.
We had,
Literally this weekend, bro.
I feel like that never gonna come back. That never gonna come back.
You can't put a price on some of the opportunities that present themselves that come out of nowhere in your life,
just don't
and you
know.
have to just do it. Like, listen, money is obviously money matters, and some people are in different situations. But
To be more
if
comfortable,
an opportunity
basically.
comes up and and you take it and you have the chance to go somewhere, dude, send it. Fucking whatever
Not
the
just
ticket
that,
is.
not just money, connections.
Get out
that's
there.
How all of us. Like,
that's how we're all friends
because
here.
you never know who you're gonna meet.
These
and
guys
who's
were all
gonna click with you.
strangers 7 months ago.
Some big, exactly. We were all strangers. We were all strangers a couple of months ago.
Was the first time we really talked? Was that after summer shredding when we met you?
It was in the parking
I
lot.
met him after summer
lot?
It was in the parking
No, it was in the
lot.
parking lot with the Anabars.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
the
I have it
handlebars.
in the video still.
Yeah,
In my YouTube video.
that was the first time we've ever met.
That was
And then
that was
Then you guys literally come to
July
Tampa?
last year. So that's
You guys
7
literally,
months.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys literally come to
We
Tampa?
went to Tampa like 2 weekends later.
2 weeks
I
after. Yeah.
flew back to New York from. I wasn't even living here yet. I went back to work.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
That's when I was like, yo, fuck this job. I was just in Tampa, like lit, like
Yeah.
having fun. Like, why am I in boots right
You
now?
literally-
Besides,
it was awesome.
besides three of us, like instantly, like clicking. Where Alex is definitely
Wow.
for
Yeah.
me personally the first person that I clicked. Like really,
Yeah, I
I think
remember.
it's for I mentioned. I always talk about him. Like
Yeah,
when
you
he-
do.
always.
Because
Always.
you would even play like the voice messages that he would send you, like,
Yeah,
"Oh, you
yeah,
guys just
yeah.
met," but Alex would say things like, "Yo, I believe in you. You got potential.
Yeah, immediate-
If,
yeah,
if there's
yeah.
anything that I can do to help put you on, let me know." This is the type of guy that Alex is, and that's
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
Like, he doesn't need to know you, but if you click, he will do anything for you, and that's like
Exactly.
something that
Yeah.
you just, you know, you
Yeah,
can't.
it's special.
Yeah, do that. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't teach that. That's just
Since
something
then, I
that's-
feel like we know each other for like 20
Exactly,
years.
exactly.
When I come to his place, like we we think like literally the same.
We are the same person, dude. It's so funny, but
Yeah.
we talk about that. We talk about like how we just, that's the same too. We literally just met you since last June,
7 months ago.
bro. Like
It was
but
like July.
but it does feel like we've known each other since we were
I
like.
swear.
seriously,
It's and we talk about this all the time. When you find your pack, when you find those people that you connect with, it's like you have been together your whole lives. Like, because you guys are on the same wavelength. If you have never experienced that, it's like something else, man.
That's total life change.
Because this
I
is
never
such
had that
like
before.
a special, like transitional moment for all of us. Like, this time in our lives.
I think all of us said the same. Me, you, him. Like we all have like our childhood friends. Like they were raised, like born and raised with. We know each other for only 7 months, and I really like you guys. Put on like my first pass, definitely. Like I know,
No, it's
know you
crazy.
guys for 20 years.
No, I feel like yeah, like my best friends are back home. Like I feel just as like close to you guys as I do with them.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's literally been fucking seven months.
now
7
it's
months. Like what has it been?
And how many things we did in those 7
Yeah,
months.
no,
dude, and
exactly.
that's and that's what I say. That's
So
the
many
crazy
things.
part. The memories made in that
Travel,
7 months.
yeah.
The
And so
relationships
many more,
built.
bro.
He's getting married.
Yeah, you're getting married. You're gonna go to the freaking New York Pro, bro. All this is happening. Wait, when are you getting married again?
March 18th next year.
We're not gonna tell the address. Don't worry.
Bro, that's all right. Well, so switching gears really quick, because whenever we do have a sponsored athlete on the show, we do want to kind of talk about how that came to fruition, because a lot of people that listen have aspirations to be part of this. And I know we say like, don't make that your goal, don't make that your goal, but it's good to know how you came into that. So you're sponsored with, you want to just talk about your sponsors and how that all came to be?
Yeah. So I am sponsored by Alphalete, Anaka, Anabar, and Beam Supplements, and they all kind of came about, slightly different. I'll talk about Alphalete first with the Summer Shredding Classic. I was that person DMing companies, asking and pleading for an opportunity.
Like these small companies too.
Small companies, big companies. Actually, I actually never messaged Alphalete, but just
Wow.
a bunch of a bunch of clothing brands.
That's crazy.
And just pleading for an opportunity for me to prove myself. I just wanted to give me an opportunity. A month trial. I'll show you what I can do. And never heard back, or just completely dismissed. And that's when it switched, and I was like, I'm gonna go get it, because I wasn't
earned that.
yeah, I wasn't.
sponsorship.
I wasn't planning to do the summer shredding. I did an NPC show first, and then like right after I was like, I'll do summer shredding, and I signed up literally last second. I didn't know who Christian Guzman was. I didn't really know anything about the brand.
That's so dope.
Yeah, I
didn't got that,
bro. I was just like, you know what, I want a sponsorship. I noticed, did some research, a big brand.
Yeah.
They got dope clothes.
We have some bull from
Yeah, you're like fuck a DM. I'm gonna go win a show to earn that fucking
And
sponsorship.
literally from that day, I remember it. From that day, I never DM'd and I was doing it like consistently, bro. Like I'll be honest, I was just trying to go get it,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't happening. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop feeling sorry for myself and pleading. I'm really go get it.
Yeah.
And I put my head down, and and so I went to summer shredding in 2019.
These are your first DMs
Yeah.
to Athlete.
Oh my god. See,
2019.
Eric pulled up the receipts.
back in the day, you see,
Yeah.
I've been with them for a while now, but like that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, 2019, I had like 4,000 followers, and it was ridiculous. And just from that, I decided to go get it 2019, won Summer Shredding. It was an awesome show, also an opportunity. Started to build my relationship with Christian, which actually turned into a friendship, which I think was, awesome. And it's natural. It came, over 3-4 years, it grew. But just from that show, my whole mentality changed. I appreciated the social media aspect of it, because before I didn't document nothing. I just took typical, shirt off selfies just to upload on Instagram, trying to get some love, But
Club, dude.
you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this is catching up with me.
Was that clout? Club?
Yeah,
Caught up with me also.
See? That's a new
So
word.
You realize basically that you can do
Club.
like whatever you want as long as you put the work in. Like as long as you want to just show up.
So you won that Alpha sponsorship. So that was the first one?
So that was the first one. And then after that, Beam, and keep in mind that Alphalete was, nothing paid. It was more just, a 3-month contract.
Let's see what you could do.
3-month contract, see what you can do. And then, during that contract time, I got an opportunity with Beam Supplements, and they actually took a chance and offered me a retainer. Right off the bat, they said they saw a potential, and
which was something new for you, right?
Yeah, and
getting paid for this.
Getting paid.
Getting paid.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, exactly. That's like, what to me? Like, they could have just
Even if it's like $200, but it's like, whoa, you're going to pay me money?
like,
Yeah.
like exactly.
And I get,
And
free
send me
subs.
products.
Yeah.
and send me products, and
Commission,
and they are amazing as still to this day. That's why I've been with them so long. And then then Anaka came. One day I was literally just on the treadmill at Alphalete, again, being present and being here. I wasn't here for anything special. I was just here. And literally, Shawley and Ant walked up to me while I was on the treadmill, and, I guess saw what I was doing with Alphalete, and, wanted to, talk to me about being a sponsored athlete. Cool. And then
did you say on the treadmill? We were like, yeah, all right.
Well,
like,
bro, they sent me home with a care package first, and then
a
week later,
that day
the
in
contract.
the building.
Was this like before or after Marco?
Yeah.
This was before Marco.
Oh, you were like one of the first initial
I had one of
athletes for them.
Yeah, I was one of the very
I didn't even know that.
Wow.
It was like me and
That's
Ryan
cool.
Dangler. I remember we were shooting back in the day, and then
Bro, Ryan Dangler's been in college for 10 years. no one's telling me differently. He's a fucking 10th year senior. I don't know what's going on there.
How old is he?
Shout out Ryan though.
seriously,
I feel like he's been in college forever. That's just
he a
me. I don't know.
junior or
Man,
senior?
could write in the comments if you agree, because
I think he's a
crazy.
4th year junior.
He's gonna be like, but he's gonna be like 40-year-old in a high school still.
it's fucking crazy.
OSU powerlifting.
What's that? Ferris
he's
Bueller?
45.
What's that movie when he's in college forever or something? I don't know.
The Ryan Dangler.
Shout out Ryan Dangler.
Shout out Ryan.
Yeah.
We like Ryan.
Yeah, we love Ryan.
Anabar came funny though, because I was like, screw this.
Yeah.
That was funny. I was just like, I love their product. Like it was like the year after Summer Shredding. That's when I had their product for the first time. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. I remember I ate like 5.
You put them on. Huh? You put them on.
You gave it to me.
Yeah, we did photo shoots in Tampa.
Exactly.
Remember? Yeah.
And I was destroying them. And I was like, wait, I actually really, really love this product.
Oh, I fucking love this
I
shit.
love this product right now. Like, and
screenshot
then I was like, I took a post and I was like, spam their account and have
And
them.
I took a screenshot of your me.
Yeah.
And then I was
and then actually Dorian, I helped like with the process as well, like towards the end. But it was just funny because I just originally told all of my followers
Because I saw
to go
how much
message
you
them.
love it,
Well, there's a piece of advice in there right now. Like he loved the product and that's why he pursued it. It wasn't like,
Absolutely.
it's a protein bar. I want to be part of it for commission.
he
for
didn't
this,
even
for
know.
that.
Nobody even knew
And it was
because it was
new.
a brand
It was
new. It
new.
was brand new. Yeah.
Dude,
So take some pride.
That's
in some
something
of
we
the,
spoke about last pod,
partnerships
like-
that you have. Actually,
Like try to find these upcoming brands and like test their products out, and if you really like them, then like become that first person. That's
same
like
with Beam.
you know.
So Beam, Ananaka, and Anabar, you were one of the very first for these,
Dude,
because you
and-
stuck to your guns. You stuck to what you loved and who took care of you.
Yeah, Beam. Like I honestly didn't know what Beam was.
Yeah.
but now
A lot of
seeing
people
you
do.
take it,
Yeah.
I tried it. I'm like, these are great supplements. And
Yeah,
now, you know what I'm saying? That's how it happens.
I agree.
It is so cool to see just the growth. Because I've been with a lot of these companies from the beginning. I know Alpha's already been established, but still their growth since I've been with them has been crazy too. But even Anabar, like everyone's growth from the start, I feel like I've been involved at a
No, it's very. You got in very early with all of them, and it's cool.
And seeing what they're doing, it's motivated me. Like
You're growing with these companies.
Yeah, exactly.
I do want to give a shout out to Beam too, because they reached out to me a while ago, and same thing. They were going to put me on. It was a really small retainer, but they were so nice. They were so sweet. They gave me the rundown of the company. They genuinely
Shout out
care.
Beam.
So shout out Beam for real. If you guys aren't like, if you're looking for a sub sponsor and if you think you can sell their product, they're a great company.
BAM Beam.
Great tasting, everything that gotta try Great
They are
Tasting.
phenomenal, man.
And I'm not, by the way, sponsored by them.
Yeah.
It's
And,
really-
and the best part, man, that they truly take care of their athletes. They truly take.
and that's the most important. Yeah.
Like
in my
they
opinion.
flew down, they shot with me and a few other athletes. Like they stayed in Tampa. They take care of us, man. It's cool.
So what's your advice for people that want to get into bodybuilding? They want to pursue their first show. They want to. Where do you start?
And would you say is for everyone or no?
Bulk Wendy's.
I said, would you say is it for everyone or no? I will say no, but
Yeah. Words of advice for someone trying to get
think
into bodybuilding.
Everyone, maybe not everyone, but I think most people should try to see themselves at peak performance, right? Like a peak,
absolutely.
like a peak
Yeah.
look of themselves. I think that's like, even if you don't stay there, right? Even if you don't step on stage, right?
Yeah.
I think if you attempt to do that, I think that you're going to learn a lot about yourself. But now more transitioning to like the bodybuilding focus, the biggest thing is something that I'm so lucky that I found early on in my career was hiring an educated coach who is willing to teach you about you as you progress within, because your first prep is so vital, because this is the first time that you are likely eating in a way that is extremely structured or structured enough where you're going to be able to learn a lot about your body. And it's something where most people don't have an opportunity to do. So learn about your body. You can see your sensitivities to your body. You can, again, just take genuine notes.
I agree with that. I remember
and it's
I was
definitely
lifting.
character building. So
Yes.
Oh yeah, I started working. I was like 14, and I was making gains, whatever, like noob gains and stuff. And then it was until I hired a coach. That's when I really started seeing changes, and I was like, "Whoa, this is cool!" Like I'm literally transforming my body by just these little adjustments in food and cardio and diet. So it's cool. Like,
and you learn how your body works.
you learn about your body too, and it's such a cool journey.
Is an education, man.
Yeah.
Like you will never. We're all in our 20s. We're never gonna forget what we learned about nutrition. So we're like, when we're 50 years old, we're not gonna wonder why we're getting fat. We're gonna be like, okay, well, because my calories are here and my exercise is here. The things you learn, you will take your whole life. Like I feel so. I feel for the people who don't understand nutrition
or don't want to learn.
It's so easy to learn. You could learn in 1 week. You talk to a coach in 1 week, you could learn things that will change your life forever. YouTube.
YouTube University.
Seriously, if nothing else, learning about nutrition and gaining weight and losing weight, like that is so fundamental and foundational for the rest of your life.
And you hold yourself accountable.
So I literally finished the school for nutrition and everything. Didn't understand almost anything. Like when you're in school, it's like it's totally different. Then I started like researching by myself every single morning. I was so interested about like just I was like athlete all
like
my life.
Macros and stuff.
Exactly. I was just interested like to peak my performance or whatever. So I started like reading every single morning articles about macros, weighing the food, keto diet, Atkins diet. I don't even know of intermittent fasting for 5 days. I tried every single diet until I swear I was just interested. Something pops up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try 2 weeks of Atkins diet, eating just pure chicken breast, no seasonings, nothing. Got shredded as. Then like this intermittent fasting actually doesn't suit me or whatever. And then in one point you just realize, okay, I'm combining like this with this a little bit.
You find out what
I'm
works.
Flexible. Literally don't even have to like worry. That just becomes your lifestyle.
It comes with trial and error.
Exactly.
You have to try.
You just need to try because no one's body is the same in the end of the day.
Well, you can probably speak to that too. You have X number of clients. You're not assigning the same calories and macros to any of them. It's all different. Height,
and
weight,
people can be same weight, same height, everything. But
do you want to talk about like some extreme versions of that you've seen in your coaching?
Well, I mean, like, I just think you got to understand everybody's body is different, right?
Exactly.
So like you can start somebody off on the same exact everything, and everybody's body's going to do something.
Exactly.
And then where you go from next, that's the learning process of someone's body, right? So that's why, as a coach,
you need to learn
for me
also
to understand their trend.
Yeah.
It's understand how this person reacts to certain things, right? So it's again a lot of trial and error, especially in the beginning process. That's why as a coach, I like to start prep 4 months out, 16 weeks,
because you need time to learn their body.
That first month is seeing how your body responds to different adjustments. You know what I mean? And then from there, we get a good enough grips to continue down on that process, and through that whole entire process, we're learning. You know what I mean? So it's a struggle when it comes to dealing with a lot of different peoples. For example, there's clients that I have who will literally gain weight from the start of their prep to their end of their prep. So they'll be 5 pounds heavier by the end of their prep.
Damn.
step on stage.
Look dice.
Yes, and looking insane. And throughout that
Total
whole
recomp.
and
It's
throughout
amazing.
that whole process, if somebody didn't, potentially understand and they only understood, okay, I need to be going
guys.
down.
Cut calories and shit.
You know what I mean? So like that's more of an an extreme version. But I have coached now 4 clients who have done that. Me personally, right now,
Who've gained weight and got more shredded,
who gained weight and got.
Can you do that with me?
more conditioned. Yeah. That's awesome.
You can't get more shredded,
I was gonna
bro.
say,
I can get bigger, but stay shredded.
That's cool.
Can you light that for him?
No, I can do it.
No, you
You don't even
can't.
know how to.
I know. Look.
Just hold
You
it
know
up.
how to open the
You got the
lighter.
lighter up.
There.
You got the lighter upside down.
That's
Honestly,
good that I'm stupid
yo,
because then people
we've
don't
been
understand.
this is honestly we're 55 minutes in.
Damn, it's only
This has been-
55.
No, this is like been very educational.
Yeah, I want to bring it back to your job, right?
I did
So
it.
you,
Barely.
Clean that. There you go.
so you were
Your old
working.
job. Yeah, you didn't
You
talk
were
about what
working
you
a
actually did.
full time job
Yeah.
while still doing online coaching,
Yeah.
It's a
my
great,
God.
great job.
and
Yeah,
it was a good job.
it was a really
Yeah.
good job, good paying job. Like
Yeah.
the responsibility. I mean, it was fully remote, and
That's
you know,
awesome. That's awesome.
I like talking to people. I don't mind talking to people. And it was a
keep one
sales
also.
focused job, and
need
I
to
could
keep
talk
one
to
also.
people. But it just wasn't something I was passionate about.
That's everyone knows my story already.
Bro.
Well, most people. But so what was the thing that was like, all right, you woke up that day and you're like, I'm fucking quitting. Like, what made you do it?
Bro, it was so funny because like it started off with, me, because me and Megan had to have that conversation and making sure
And
that
Megan works too, right?
Megan works. Yep.
Okay.
And again, I worked and I was also doing coaching, but like I couldn't take any more than 30 clients because
No time.
I had
It's
no
not
time, dude.
yeah.
I was literally like 3 monitors. Like it was insane. And it was giving me like the most amount of anxiety I've ever had in my life,
Yeah.
juggling with that. And I just wasn't the same person. And so basically, I had to make a decision. Like I was talking to Megan, I was like, listen, I really want to go all in. And I know this isn't something that it's traditional, and I know this is not something that you necessarily love because she, was more 401k minded and then security.
What is traditional? Like, what is?
Yeah, well, that's fair, bro.
You know?
I mean, that's protection.
She never
That's
understood.
like-
Yeah,
that's
it's
like-
just security.
No,
Like,
yeah,
and you know
I,
what
get,
mean?
I know, but I hate that. I hate
know,
that you
trust
have to
me.
follow this cookie cutter lifestyle where you work, retire, fucking
Yes.
die. And like,
But she let him, right? Like she said,
But
okay. let's do it.
and that's
yeah,
what I'm saying. So
that's
like,
awesome that she believed in and believed in.
yeah.
That's the most important. Bro.
and I think I was so just a gung ho to do it, and she was more of the person to make sure I had my ducks in a row. She made my ducks in a row, and I had to make sure I knocked them out. Like,
Oh, yeah, okay.
you know what I mean?
Got you.
Secure yourself. Get an I didn't even have an LLC yet. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Same way.
Like, get
I
an
moved here with no LLC.
Yeah, so like get an LLC. Like establish yourself. So like I was like, all right, I want to do it in 3 months. I gotta get all this done now.
I'm gonna take a sip of this.
I got all that shit done in like 3 weeks, bro. Like it was done. Like nothing else was.
It became
there was
priority
no more
one.
ducks
Yeah.
in my row, so I was ready. And I remember, and I revisited.
You texted us in the group chat.
yeah,
remember?
yeah,
Yeah.
news.
yeah.
We're like,
And
guys, I did it. We were like,
I was chills.
We thought
Yeah.
something.
wait, was
else
this
we did.
after? Yeah, you were after me.
Yeah, I did it after. I told you inspired me.
Fuck,
It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
that's
But
crazy.
You can
That's
say it. You can say it.
That's
You can
crazy.
say it.
Okay, now you can say it.
I told you that and that's
Yeah.
why I said that.
I remember I when I did it. I remember I texted you. Remember, I was like,
And
I quit.
I remember I was like, I screenshot it and put it on my story. I was just so excited for you, bro. Like, and it was more like because like you were doing someone who was so close to me was doing something that I think I could do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
And I
the biggest thing.
And that's what I'm saying. So I think
That's environment.
That's
I think me and Harry was for you, like same, like you were for.
Bro, Harry called me. He was like, yo,
Yeah,
you have
you
to
need-
decide
yeah.
this week. I was like,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
literally
This week.
And then again, I had my ducks in a row. I talked to Megan, and I remember I told her, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it in 2 months, because I'm still making good money from online coaching, and I'm still making good money from my job, and I'm kind of not doing what I should be doing at my job. And so
And I
I
got
you
got
weren't
Right,
struggling.
got a
You
flat
weren't
tire.
struggling at all. Yeah, you were fine.
I was perfectly
You
fine.
just you were chasing the happiness now. You wanted more
Dude,
time and
yes, and that's where I realized the decision was made, because like I said 3 months, I said 2 months, and then I was like, I woke up, I was like,
yeah.
I'm doing this today.
There's no right time.
Like I remember, bro, I woke
that.
up, I didn't, and I didn't tell Megan. I was like, I'm doing this today.
Fuck yeah, bro.
And do you regret it? No.
What's up?
Do you regret that now?
Hell no.
No, that's why I asked.
Like,
Yeah,
and
that's why
I
I
didn't
asked.
tell nobody. Like
Who'd
I
you
was
call?
like,
Did you
doing
call your
it.
boss? Did you send him an email? What'd you do?
I asked.
You went out the right way.
Yeah,
me too,
respectfully.
Me too. Yeah.
Respectfully. And I asked to meet with my manager. Like, it was pretty. easy to kind of set up a meeting throughout the day. I explained to her what was on my mind, and I thanked her for the opportunity. And she was absolutely phenomenal. And ironically, she left too. But
you probably inspired her, bro.
Bro, and you know what's ironic?
Isn't that so cool?
You know what's ironic? You know what she told me? She told me, like, she was like, you know what? I love what you're doing. Bro, and I have it recorded, so I'm saving it for a special time. So you're gonna validate this soon.
Ooh,
but
I love that.
What she said, and that was like, you inspired me. I was like, no, this is so inspirational. I love it. Cause I told her, like, I'm gonna chase my dream. Like, that's literally what I was saying.
Yeah.
And she
Sounds
was like,
corny, but
she literally said, one day I wish I could do what you did. Damn. So I don't know what happened. I didn't follow up with her, but what if she did what she, I did? I don't know. But it's cool to think that. And
you know why?
That's
because this is, I could attest to this too, because a lot of people tell me that because they're like, dude, like, we live the same life. You came from where I came from. Mm-hmm. How are you here? And I'm here. Like, I could do that too, right? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you can. Yeah. You could do it too, but you're scared.
Every time someone says, yo, I want to be in Houston, or I want to see you guys at Alpha, I'll be like, make it happen. I don't say anything else. I'm like, okay, do it.
Yeah.
I'll see you here.
Book the flight.
It's so simple.
Yeah. Hey, I wish I could do what you're doing. I love what you're.
I came from freaking Europe, bro.
Yeah. No, exactly.
I came out here, no LLC. I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a job. Like, I didn't have a real job lined up. Like, nothing. So I don't recommend that, like, necessarily. Like,
I think all
try
of
to
those
have
things
try to have something in your basket.
Some kind of security.
Yeah, I took a crazy leap, but it paid off. So I'm grateful.
One of the things that you put this post up on Instagram that I loved, and I don't know where your inspiration was, but like, you said you were getting, like, to get over your fear of being on stage, for like posing in front of judges, you went on the side of the highway and just went through your posing routine. And so all those, like, you literally, like, you were, Just
I guess.
Wait, I never heard this. I want to hear this story.
He was having trouble with. Well, I'll let you explain it.
Yeah.
I mentioned, like, I was learning during bodybuilding. I was getting anxiety. So being on stage and the thought of being on stage was giving me so much anxiety. And I remember my first show, I was a bad poser, but it was like I was so tight and wound up. Like, I was just nervous on, like, I just wasn't comfortable, and I wasn't comfortable to practice at home because, like, I just
strangers' eyes, bro. A lot of strangers' eyes.
It was just just like doing in the gym was so off. Like, I just never was a right time, and so I just didn't practice it enough.
So you went to the highway?
So no. So I never wanted to feel like the way I felt on my stage the first time, even though I won. Like, I didn't want to feel not confident the way I did, and that stuck with me. And I made it a mission to make sure I wouldn't feel that way again. So I had to get out of my comfort zone because I wasn't comfortable posing. Mm-hmm. So in order to get out of my comfort zone, small things, I wanted to start having people see me, because the thought of people seeing me on stage was the worst part.
That's legendary.
So it literally just started one day simply in the gym, just hitting my poses after sets, getting comfortable. I know people are watching. I don't care. I'm just zoned in. I'm focused on what I'm doing. Knowing people were watching. And then it just gradually grew, man, in front of my family, like, while they're looking at me. And that's kind of, no one wants to really do that all the time, or at least I don't.
Yeah.
And then I graduated to literally me on the side of a highways. If you saw the video, it wasn't that dangerous, but it was, basically where a major road was. And I pose in public, and I do that pretty often. And especially
shirtless,
shirtless, bro. Yeah. Like, literally, like, shorts, shoeless. And it's literally, you have people biking right behind me. You have cars going by right in front of me.
Jesus. I didn't know this. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and I put my headphones in and I just focus on my posing music. And I know people are watching. I know cars are beeping. I can hear the cars beeping. I can hear the people yelling at the car, whether it's good or bad.
Oh my God.
But it's fun, bro. But, like, if that doesn't freak me out, I think being on stage is going to freak me out. I'm ready.
Yeah.
So, like,
wow.
Ever since then, my confidence on stage has been something that's been dominant.
Fun fact, Alex was actually my posing coach.
Yeah.
For my show on FaceTime. This is before anything. Before Texas, Tampa, like,
before any of
he was.
Like,
I just found him online, and my someone connected me with him, and we did FaceTime posing. He was literally my coach for posing before I knew Harry and Dorian.
Really small.
The world works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Damn, it does.
You remember that?
Yeah, it does.
Crazy.
I literally, like, I remember when we started tagging each other, like, DMs. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. I remember my mom came home, and I was
in it.
You were, like, on FaceTime, and I'm standing there posing.
That's so
bro,
cool.
I was
like,
posting. I was in Galveston. I just told you in your place. I was in Galveston doing the cardio in the morning, and I didn't know him. He wasn't even like a big public figure on social media.
Yeah.
influencer
Yeah, you had
or
like
something.
11K
And
when
I
you did posing.
and I tagged him on my story, Breakfast Club, because he always
Yeah.
posted the story Breakfast Club.
Oh,
that was
yeah, on the treadmill,
way
on the
before,
treadmill,
like,
yeah.
that was a year ago, something like that.
Yeah, dude, it's so
And
fun.
how we
Power,
sitting here
it's
together.
the power of social media. It's
it's so-
social media.
so-
People love to like tear it down, like say it's terrible and it's ruining
There are
the young minds.
Listen, yeah.
There
It
are
is
parts, but it's-
amazing
it is
social media.
ultimate
Like
connector.
Yeah.
there's so many more
If
pros
you know,
and
if you
cons.
use it in a positive way, obviously.
If you
to
use
say
it correctly, it's the
Yeah.
most powerful
Yeah.
tool in the world.
I agree.
You
I
can
agree.
connect to anybody.
I agree.
Pros
Anybody.
and cons to anything, man. It's dependent on what you want to focus on. If you focus
Yeah.
on the pros, you're gonna realize how much lives can be impacted. If you focus on the negatives, I'm sure you can pull out some things where you can make a headline.
Bro,
But
we
at the
all
end of the
didn't
day-
we all didn't create an IG profile to inspire people. We just created it because
Yeah.
like
Yeah, no,
we created
no.
it
Yeah,
like we
agree.
just that was the thing to do, like make an IG like
Yeah.
and then it's so
yeah.
cool over
And
time how you realize
us
like
here.
wait, I could use this platform to actually like teach people stuff or inspire people or entertain people, and
Again,
it's your own platform. It's so cool.
I was posting boastful selfie pictures, like I mentioned earlier, and then when I realized what I could do with the people who are watching, that's when it all switched. Is everybody doesn't start off for I'm going to inspire the whole world with this right now. You know what I mean? It's not that's not necessarily the thought processes behind most people. It's just
Yeah, even
wanna
me
do it.
personally, I was posting my work. I was just posting photos of like people I shot in the gym. Now I'm like, fuck that. Like I'm still doing that, but like I'm posting more of like,
Dude, how long did it
posting,
take
like-
me and Dorian telling you every day?
Yeah,
Gross.
yeah,
No
yeah.
one
Every
knows
day,
who the fuck
every
you are.
day.
Yeah.
Post
now I'm
yourself.
posting more of like me and like showing like the behind the scenes and the camaraderie and us like creating together and like showing the moment of the creating, not necessarily the final photo. Cause dude, like how many times are you gonna see like a shirtless guy or like it's very repetitive, and I was getting tired of posting those, only posting that. And it's really cool that people now are following me for me. They're like, damn, like I love to see what you're doing next. Or I love to see what you're doing in next trip, the next person you work with.
That's why I love YouTube. That's what I was telling you.
YouTube special,
When
man.
someone
This dude
sees
has the
me-
best YouTube ever. Literally, like his videos on videos on videos. And I know the day's coming when finally he's gonna really like he's
Now we're
blowing up right now.
Dorian's IG is popping off pretty
He knows
hard.
his IG is
Someday-
popping
Now we
It's
want a
popping
YouTube.
off.
My biggest passion is YouTube.
Eventually, when his YouTube pops off, I can't wait for people to see like, holy shit, he's been doing this. Like this is
It's
nothing new.
documented.
Been, yeah,
The
he's
day
always
that he
been
got
documented.
signed,
But that's
documented.
why I'm so happy when someone approached me, not based off IG, but rather YouTube, and like I just watched your video, inspired me so much. I started using your recipe. You know, I was showing you my
'Cause
oatmeal.
you know
Someone texted me about oatmeal, and I'm like feeding.
Yeah, you're like, oh, fuck yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah, eat that oatmeal.
Bro, I saw on a comment on one of your YouTube videos, some guy goes, Dorian, I tried to make your Jello oatmeal, but my ingredients were off. Can you teach me? Those motherfuckers
And
are
I'm like,
actually.
okay, I'm definitely not gonna respond that because it's like Bible, so I need to like write 3 days.
And
But
it's cool when someone
Jello
recognizes you from the
oatmeal.
YouTube, you know, like they really watch, they know me because
That's
that's
like-
really you.
that's like-
Even
this.
in Alpha, like people approach me because it's Alpha Lead. People know me from Alpha Lead. But when someone approached me in Alpha, and there was like a couple of people, not a lot to be honest, but they were like, I just watch you. Oh, no, actually, Summer Shredding Open. Some guy was like, I lost 40 pounds because of you.
That's crazy.
Because of watching your video. I was like,
so
wow,
awesome.
that's,
That's
like,
crazy.
That's everything. Not this like any kind of money in this world can in this world.
That's why this podcast is special.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, it means it really does mean the world to to hear your feedback, to see you guys watching the podcast, all that stuff, because that means that like there is value.
Yeah.
And we know that, and we want to get that to as many people as possible. So
Yeah.
really, we do love
Where you guys are, it's nice to know that you're finally really getting to know us as people, not just photos on IG or every now and then a collab and
And we
in a
probably
video.
personally also gonna like talk maybe a little bit, like have you as a guest, you know, to talk about everything.
Yeah.
No,
Dude,
this is
been
special.
awesome, man.
This is
been great.
Where we at?
We're at 108. So I want to give the
we can
floor,
wrap this
give
up,
the
yeah.
floor to Alex
Sum
for
up
anything
something.
else you want to talk about, anything you want to bring up, things going on in your life.
Yeah, goals. What do you got coming up?
Besides, we're gonna have a good bachelor party.
All right, long-term goal.
Yeah.
Short and
After you,
short and long.
after you won the Olympia.
I really
Yeah,
took
yeah.
that. But long-term goal, I want to be the best men's physique athlete in the world, and
I believe that, honestly.
Oh yeah.
yeah, and I'm confident that with the time and you know the way that we're trending,
I'll put
we
it.
can do
I'll
that.
put it right there. Top 3 men's physique back in the world.
Yeah.
Top 3 in the world.
It's that why not me mentality.
world.
Why not me?
Yeah.
Like what?
I'm not scared to say it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
especially because I believe it. Like, it's not like just fluff. I believe that shit.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Like, cut back to this when I'm there because I believe that shit is coming. But
Yo, clip
again,
this. Mighty clip this.
like I'm telling you, but
Shout out Mighty.
I'm so thirsty, bro.
right now, you know, short-term goal, I I think I want to. That's the way to say this, man. I want to get my confidence 100% back, because again, that first L, like I'll be lying if I said it didn't sting. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel good right now, and I'm in my zone. But I think being placed where I truly believe where I can be placed is going to put me back on a wavelength where my body's just gonna flow different. Like I'm like it's different. You know what I mean?
On your shoulder.
Bro, I cannot wait to see you at the New York Pro.
Oh, yeah, man.
Bro, I can't wait.
Appreciate it, man. I think it's gonna be something, because I'm not scared to go against the best in the world. I want to be the best in the world, man.
Who's competing against you? You got some big names going against you.
I got Sadiq. He's coming back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know Aaron Banks. He showed interest in the beginning. I'm not sure if he's 100% doing it, but as a back, I want to stand next to. I think he's hands down the best.
That's who you want. That's who you want to be next to.
I think those are two best backs in men's physique.
Yeah.
You and
I think he's amazing.
Aaron Banks is-
We got dogs doing it, man. I know there's Ryan Terry coming back for it. And a whole.
That's who you want to be against if you want to be the best.
I know right now, bro. There's 6 Olympians doing it.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Bro, guess what? At one point, they were the guys trying to become.
You're gonna take down your first.
By the way,
Olympian.
just for the people, how tall and what's your weight? How tall are you and what's your weight?
Yeah, I'm 6'2", 250.
House.
8% body.
Lean.
Feeling good.
Cool, man.
House.
That's
I
dope.
was 217 on stage last year, man. So
Men's physique, by the way.
So that's not happening.
I never touched that
I was
weight in my
very
life.
depleted, so I'm aiming to be around 230 this year.
230.
Did you put up IG Q&A or anything like that?
No, I just posted a story, but
Alright. Is there
I
anything-
honestly think we
but if
literally
you forget
covered everything.
anything,
covered a
then
lot.
comment down below, because Alex is always with us.
Yeah,
we can do this.
this pod's gonna happen.
Yeah,
probably pretty soon
I
again.
do want to say something else though before we wrap up. Again, going back to the work that's being put on behind the cameras and the raw conversations, the real conversations that go on at this table, and that's going to go on in the future podcast that's being held by these hosts. Pass this podcast on, man. There's too many people who aren't benefiting from the raw conversations. You got people doing cardio who are in prep right now who just need to hear just conversations that can take their mind off of it and they can be related to.
Yeah.
Send this to your buddies, man. I promise you, this is going to change somebody's.
That's awesome.
This was a great podcast.
This,
Hell
no,
yeah.
this was,
If you made it
was
this far,
one of the best.
fuck yeah, I love it. Like,
If you came this far, drop a battery.
drop
comment, bro.
the battery.
Drop a battery.
Also brings algorithm up, so
Yeah.
it's gonna help us a lot.
This was a
That was
special
good. Yeah, that was
podcast, bro.
dope.
Cool.
Seriously,
Everyone.
guys.
Thanks for coming on, man.
We just
For
fist
real.
pounded.
Nah, we don't.
We got a 4-way fist
I'm
pound.
high.
Woogie, 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 woogie.
All right, that was
All right, let's eat some food, yo.
That
For
was
real.
an epic pod.
If you guys are here, appreciate the hell out of you guys, for real. Thank you guys.
Appreciate you guys, bro. Shout out Mighty behind the camera.
Shout out Mighty. Shout out Alex.
Shout out Alex for pulling up.
Yeah.
And that's episode 4 of Legacy Loading. Let's go pee.
Peace out.
See ya.
Gains
Together.
underneath.
Bro, that was
legendary.
That was legendary.